Yes, TikTok. Yes, TikTok. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. This is True Crime After Dark. I'm your host, Ant Dollar. Happy Saturday. Happy early Saturday for those true crime maniacs that are up with me right now. Glad to see you. Glad to see you bright and early, y'all. If you're new here, I usually talk about some of the scariest true crime and true paranormal stories that will shake you to your core. The stories I got for you this morning, this early morning, they're dark, they're chilling, and these stories I have for you, these cases, are 100% true. So get comfortable, share the live with a friend. Let's go on a wild ride before we get Saturday started. And if you love stories like this, make sure you hit that follow button. So up first, I want to talk about the murder of Charlie Scott. And if you're new here, I usually talk about some pretty scary stuff, but I want to take you to Maui, Hawaii, where on February 9th, 2014, 27-year-old Carly, also known as Charlie Scott, left her home on the island of Maui, Hawaii. Her ex-boyfriend, Stephen Capobianco, had called her for help, claiming his truck broke down on a remote road called Hana Highway. Charlie, who was 5 months pregnant with his child, agreed to drive out and pick him up, but she was never seen again after this. The next day, Charlie's car, a silver 4Runner, was found abandoned. Inside were her belongings, clothes, personal items, and signs of a struggle there. Then came the horror. Scattered along the roadside, investigators found Charlie's jawbone. Stop the show. Let me say that one more time. Scattered along the roadside, investigators would find Charlie's jawbone, her fingertips, and clumps of her hair. It was clear that she had been brutally murdered. Capobianco told police he had nothing to do with it, but the evidence was stacked against him. Traces of Charlie's blood were found in his vehicle, and witnesses saw his car parked where she disappeared, and his story kept changing. What are you doing, girl? I'm always up. It's good to see you, though. What are you doing up? I'm always up early, though. This is just part of the course for me. In 2016, Stephen Capobianco was put on trial for Charlie's murder, the first ever televised trial in Maui's history. Prosecutors argued, I haven't even slept yet. I took a little cat nap, but time to get the workday started, you know? But prosecutors argued he killed her because he didn't want to be tied down with the child. The jury agreed and he was found guilty of murder and arson, eventually being sentenced to life in prison without parole. Nat LV, thank you for the follow. Y'all hit that follow button if you love true crime. But here's the thing. Wow, we're up late. I'm always up late. It's good to see you though. But here's the thing. Charlie's body was never fully recovered, only fragments. Her family still struggles with the reality that much of her remains were never found. FDM, thank you for the follow. Some locals whisper that Hana Highway itself is cursed, known for disappearances, accidents, and ghost sightings long before Charlie's case. Miss Pink Crown, thank you for the follow. Y'all, hit that follow button if you love true crime. We're here every day. even late. Today, Charlie Scott is remembered as a victim of one of Maui's most chilling crimes. Her family holds vigils, keeping her memory alive and warning others of the dangers hidden behind paradise. Talk with T. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. You're in the right spot if you love true crime. And let's roll right on into the next one. Yeah, y'all, double tap that screen if you love true crime. So let me talk to y'all. Good morning, Keisha. Good morning, Amy. Thank you for the follow. Keisha, thank you for the daily heart. So let me talk to y'all real quick about the murder of Dr. Marion Marty Dill Tuani. Good evening, good morning. What you talking about, Hawaii? It was a murder that happened in Maui. We were just going over. But if you're new here, I usually talk about some pretty scary stuff. And right now, I want to take you to Lexington, Kentucky, where in the early 1980s, Dr. Marion Marty Dill was a well-known physician in Lexington, Kentucky. And on the surface, real quick, put a one in the chat for me if you can hear the music and my voice. Just want to make sure everything is coming through clearly. But on the surface, he was respected, had a successful career, charming personality, the like. Thank you, T. I appreciate you, Tawani. Thank you, Amy, Judy. Thank you for the responses. I see some new faces in here. Welcome in, y'all. Keisha, thank you. But beneath that clean-cut image, whispers spread about shady dealings, secret affairs, and dangerous connections. Amy, thank you for the follow. Then, in 1983, he was found dead in his car, shot multiple times, execution style. Police discovered Dill's car parked off Ironworks Pike, a quiet road outside of town. Pamela, thank you for the follow. Where'd I go? Oh, inside the car, inside the vehicle, his body slumped behind the wheel. No weapon, no robbery. Just a clean, professional style hit. Investigators quickly realized that this wasn't random. Someone wanted him silenced. Rumors began to swirl. Some said Dill had ties to drug trafficking in Kentucky's infamous cornbread mafia. Others claimed he had gotten too close to exposing corruption, either in medicine or politics. Even stranger, though, friends said he had recently confided in him that he had felt like he was being watched. Like someone was following him. This was the feeling that he was getting. The police interviewed dozens of people, but every lead went cold. Some suspects included known criminals, former patients, even local political figures. But each time the trail heated up, it suddenly went dark. It felt as though someone somewhere was pulling strings to bury the truth. To this day, Dill's murder remains unsolved, and some Lexington locals whisper it was a mob-style execution tied to organized crime. Others believe he stumbled onto something much bigger. Marsha, thank you for the follow. Something that people in power wanted covered up. Amy, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. The spot where his car was found is still avoided by some at night. They say that the air feels heavy, like someone's still there waiting. Mauricia, thank you for the follow. Jasmine says, I've been waiting for you to come back on. I actually ended up falling asleep right before I was going to get on. I took like a quick little cat nap, but we are here and I'm glad, excuse me, I'm glad that you're here as well. Leslie, thank you for the share. And Dill's story has become one of Lexington's strangest true crime mysteries, half fact and half folklore. Thank you for saying my name right. I'm glad I didn't butcher it. And thank you for the Zanmang Loopy. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. Thank you. Finding truth slash speaking truth can really get you up, can get you put up out this realm fast. And that shit is crazy. Yeah. Y'all, somebody say hi to Jasmine. She said hello, everybody. Somebody just lean over and say, hey, Jazz, what's going on? And while y'all do that, let's move on to our next case. And I want to talk to y'all about the straight. You know what? Let me back up real quick. Let's go back and talk about Gracie. Thank you for the follow. Let's talk about the Cocaine Cowboys murder of Griselda Blanco's hitman, excuse me. Amy, thank you for the share. So if you're new here, first of all, welcome. Please hit that follow button if you love true crime. We're here every single day, videos and live. But I want to take you back to the 1980s version of Miami, where it wasn't just beaches and sunshine. It was a war zone. The cocaine trade had flooded the city and blood ran the streets, literally. Santa Al Darhani, thank you for the share. At the center of it all was one name, Griselda Blanco. T, thank you for the share. The Black Widow, one of the most ruthless cartel leaders in history. Jazzy J, thank you for the follow. Y'all, somebody hit that follow button right now if you love true crime. But even her own hitmen weren't safe. In 1982, two of Blanco's former enforcers, Jesus Chucho Castro and Alfredo Zayas, were found dead inside a car near Miami's Little Havana. Both men had been shot in the head execution style. Basically, what gave them the idea for the original GTA, right? I didn't know that. I had no idea. Santa Al Darhani, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you and welcome. It's good to have you. No money was taken from them. No sign of a struggle. It was clear somebody wanted these dudes erased. They weren't just random street murders. Chucho and Alfredo had been part of Blanco's inner circle. Heard. I didn't even realize that. I didn't know that they made Vice City off of that. Carrying out killings during Miami's infamous cocaine cowboy era. No, I think we all loved Vice City. Put a one in the chat real quick if you get into new GTA. I'm curious. Are people still playing GTA these days? But rumors said they had crossed her. Nicole, thank you for the follow. I see G Breezy's gonna grab it. But rumors said they crossed her, stealing money, plotting against her, or just simply knowing too much. Tuani also getting on that GTA. Oh, you're getting on the RP server, G Breezy says. Nice. And with Blanco, betrayal also ended in blood. Miami police suspected Blanco was behind it, but proving it was nearly impossible. Witnesses disappeared, evidence vanished, and even when the FBI moved in, fear kept most people silent. People stealing until now, Origin says. The cartel didn't just kill enemies, it killed families, erased generations. The murders of Chucho Castro and Alfredo Zayas became just two of dozens of unsolved killings during Miami's drug wars, and Griselda Blanco herself was eventually arrested and convicted of drug trafficking, but never for those murders. And to this day, those executions remain officially unsolved. Voila, thank you for the follow. They called it upon their own lines. Called what upon their own lines? Or are you referring to me reading? Thank you for the share as well. Voila, I appreciate you. Voila. Miami still carries the scars of that era. Old timers remember seeing bodies dumped in broad daylight, gunfights in malls, and execution cars left abandoned on quiet streets. So do y'all think that that David car was an execution car? Y'all know the whole thing going on with the singer right now, November Moon. Thank you for the follow. Do y'all think that the Tesla was an execution car? Maybe that's why they just left it on that street. I mean, that's kind of a crazy street to leave it on. You're definitely gonna get found out. Cherie, thank you for that daily heart. The killings of Blanco's own men remind us when you live by the cartel, you die by it. Yeah, that's just brutal for a 15-year-old girl to go through that. And then they say that when this guy was first dealing with this girl, she could have been as young as 11 years old. I mean, just absolutely sick. Just the worst kind of sick you could possibly be is when you tamper with children, when you take a child's innocence before the world does. Yeah, I have no words for you. But where he's going, I mean, we'll probably hear a story about this guy killing himself or something. Because if he does end up in prison, culture elevations. Thank you for the follow. If this little 5'4", 110-pound, androgynous, there's nothing wrong with that. But if this guy ends up in prison, it's gonna be a problem for him. I promise you. Adrena, thank you for the daily heart. It's gonna be a problem for him. You know what I mean? Cause he a little light in the pants. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be good. I promise you that. But let's move on to our next case. Tessa, thank you for the follow, y'all. Somebody hit that follow button right now if you love true crime. Do not delay. Miss Mauricia, Mauricia just became member number 91. You the one, mama. You the one. Look, we can still do round of applause early in the morning. Anyway, let's get to it. This is about the strange death of Kendrick Ken McDonald. Tammy, thank you for that daily heart. If you're new here, first of all, welcome. G Breezy says GG. Yes, indeed. The Supreme Goddess. Thank you for the follow. But if you're new here, I usually talk about some pretty scary stuff. Make sure you hit that follow button if you love true crime. If you don't, it's cool. I don't want you to follow. But I want to take you to San Bernardino, California. It was September 1977. Origin, thank you for the follow. Tammy, thank you for the roses. Laura Elizabeth, thank you for the follow. But it was September 1977, San Bernardino, California. Ooh, Tammy, thank you for the roses. Planty Bunny, thank you for the share. Maiden, thank you for the follow. Oh, hey, it's Britt. Britt, thank you for the heart signal. Lexington caught my attention, Marsha said. I'm in KY. Tuani says San Bernardino. Yeah, I used to live in San Bernardino. But then a booming Inland Empire city, Inland Empire, with railroads, factories, and a growing population. Kendrick Ken McDonald, a 29-year-old father of two, left his home for a late night drive after telling his wife he needed to clear his head. He never came back. 2 days later, I appreciate you, T. Thank you so much. Y'all double tap that screen if you love true crime and send those hearts in. If this is gray on your screen where my finger's at, tap it, make it orange. If you like what we're doing here. Risa, good morning. Welcome in. But 2 days later, police discovered Ken's car abandoned near Cajon Pass. Curated, thank you for the follow. Christina, thank you for the follow. A stretch of desert and mountain. Britt with the Sunday. I've been thinking about ice cream. Thank you, Britt. How did you know? Curated just became member number 93. Curated, thank you. I appreciate you and welcome. Lane says, are we insomniacs or early birds? Lane, we are early insomniacs. Christina, thank you for the follow. Britt, thank you for the share. But the Cajon Pass is a stretch of desert and mountain roadway notorious for accidents and strange happenings. If you know, you know. Tuwani probably been through the Cajon Pass before. The keys, Terry, thank you for the follow. The keys were still in the ignition, his wallet untouched. No sign of robbery, but Ken was gone. Marisa says just got off work, so that works. What are you, a nurse? Becky, thank you for the follow. A week later, hikers stumbled upon Ken's body just a few miles away, half buried in desert sand. The medical examiner noted bruises and blunt force trauma to his head, but no defensive wounds. I'm a safety specialist at Amazon. Mauricio, thank you for your work. Thank you for helping us get all of our packages on time and the stuff that we ordered, and it comes and it's fixed and it's intact. So thank you. You're a part of that process, and we all use Amazon all the time. So I really appreciate that. And you're working late for us too. Thank you. Your service doesn't go unnoticed, I promise. But it looked like someone had lured him out there and killed him quickly. Tyr says, go to bed. Not yet. I fell asleep on my gym. I gotta still hit the gym. I had to still go live. So I gotta still get these things done. But it's good to see you though. Thank you for the daily heart. But here's the eerie part of this whole thing. You just woke up? Nice. Well, good morning. But it looked like someone had lured him out there and killed him quickly, essentially. Marie, thank you for the share. And here's the eerie part. Sand had been deliberately shoveled over him as if the killer wanted to hide the body, but basically ran out of time. Investigators learned that Ken worked at a warehouse that had recently been linked to stolen goods and mob-connected trucking routes. So was Ken caught up in an organized crime without realizing it, or was this personal? Someone close to him settling a score? Oh, morning, Aveline. Good to see you, and thank you for that daily heart. I appreciate it. I love you so much. Thank you. Jolie, thank you for the follow. Welcome. No one ever came forward. Jolie just became member number 96. Yes, indeed. The Jolie Allen just became member number 96, and I couldn't be more thrilled. Thank you, Jolie. G Breezy says, I want to say thank you for doing this for us. Well, look, let me say something, G Breezy, real quick. I'm going to turn on the reverb real quick just so y'all can understand me. Look, this is impossible without y'all. So thank yourselves as much as you're thanking me. Seriously, though, honestly, I really appreciate y'all. And if no one shows up, then, no one hears the true crime stories. And if no one shows up, then the live doesn't get shared. The live doesn't get shared. No one ever hears the stories. So it's a cycle. It's cyclical. So thank you, Amanda. Thank you for the follow. Aveline, thank you for the popular vote. Investigators learned that Ken worked at a warehouse that had, hold on. Despite dozens of interviews, no suspect was ever arrested. His family begged for answers, but the case went cold within a year. A lot of crime in San Bernardino. Today is buried in San Bernardino counties, the biggest county in California, by the way. Unsolved homicide files, rarely mentioned and overshadowed by the city's later crime waves. If you know about San Bernardino, if you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Ken McDonald's name isn't famous. There are no books, no documentaries, no Netflix specials, just a man who went for a drive and ended up dead in the desert, covered in sand and erased by time. G Breezy says, no, I appreciate you, gang. You were very entertaining. I appreciate that. Thank you. Just trying to share stories in the castles with my online friends. That's all. So what do y'all think? This was the 70s. Mandy, thank you for that daily heart. So was Ken a random victim, or was San Bernardino hiding a darker underworld even in the late 70s that silenced him? The way he was found is kind of eerie. Kind of eerie. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna put that out there. Now I don't know. Obviously, I don't know, but I'm just I'm just gonna throw that out there. Oh, okay. I see what happened here. Stop. You make me feel old. I was born in 70. There's nothing wrong with that. You just turned 55 on the 14th. Well, happy belated. Let me play you a song. Happy belated birthday to the baddie Teardrops, y'all. Somebody tell Teardrops happy belated birthday. A bad gal there, damn. A bad gal there, damn. Okay. So let's move on to the next case. Let me actually cleanse my palate and wet my whistle real quick before we do so. And I want to talk to y'all about the disappearance of Stephen Kocher. If you're new here, Adrena's birthday was there. Adrena, happy belated birthday, love. Shout out to the birthday baddies in the building, man. What are we talking about? High birthdays this past week. Come on, y'all. But if you're new here, I usually talk about some pretty scary stuff. And right now, Las Vegas has one of the strangest missing persons cases I'm sure you've never heard of. On December 13th, 2009, 30-year-old Stephen Kocher drove from his apartment in St. George, Utah to the upscale Anthem neighborhood of Henderson, Nevada, just outside Las Vegas. Surveillance cameras caught him parking his car, calmly stepping out and walking down a suburban sidewalk. He carried nothing and he never came back. Hold on, let me see something really quickly here. Okay. Stephen's car was found days later. Inside were his cell phone charger, wrapped Christmas gifts, and pay stubs. His bank account, though, was untouched. His phone made mysterious pings in the days after he vanished, leading investigators across the desert and even toward Las Vegas. But Stephen himself, gone without a trace. Cat, thank you for the share. The shares, I should say. Some say Stephen was depressed. Tomorrow Day Love says, hi, I'm new here. Are these black people cases or just all people cases? I'm not sure if you're trying to be sarcastic. So I'm gonna let that one roll by real quick. So I'm not even sure what you mean by that. That's a really weird question to come in and ask. Really weird question to come in and ask, honestly. But wrapped Christmas gifts and pay stub is divisive. That's a divisive question, though. What difference does it make if they're black cases or white cases or red cases or blue cases? It's true crime. Weird question. Very weird question. It's too early for that. Too early for that. You came in hot for sure. Kaipo, thank you for the follow. Yeah. It's a bad vibe. Tammy, thank you for the TikToks. It's a strange question. They're just being divisive. That's people come in and they try to just divide up the chat. That's all that is. I'm just gonna call you Bandit. Bandit, thank you for the follow. Cheryl, thank you for the follow as well. Level Up, thank you for the shares. Bat Boy Tater, thank you for it, Cheryl. I appreciate you. Curated says ignore them. Well, every now and again, people just say something and I have to say something back. It's like that's too silly right there. I'm not gonna block you or nothing like that, but that's a silly question right there. Very silly. Anyways, Stephen's car was found days later. G Breezy, thank you for that repost. Inside were his cell phone charger, wrapped Christmas gifts, and pay stubs. His bank account, though, was untouched. His phone made mysterious pings in the days after he vanished. Joe Lee, thank you for the TikTok. Leading investigators across the desert, even in Las Vegas, but Stephen himself, gone. Some say Stephen was depressed and left voluntarily, but others believe he walked into a robbery or random act of violence in Vegas. But the creepiest theory is that his case connects to the wave of young men vanishing across the U.S. under similar circumstances. Y'all might recognize the smiley face killer pattern. Thank you for handling that comment so well when it really does matter, right? Exactly. I mean, that's just a silly question, you know? It's just to be divisive. That's all. It's just to be divisive. I mean, people, what they do is, and this is something that I've learned too, because they do it on my videos sometimes, like the ones that go really viral. I ain't gonna say I don't have a video that has gone really viral. Maybe one, but videos that get views on them. People will come in and they'll just say something has really nothing to do with the video or the content, or they'll just say something really rude. It's just what people do on the internet. It comes with it. If you have any sort of following, content creators, if you ever build up any sort of following at all, even as small as mine is, they're going to show up. But that's how you know you're on the right path, because they don't do that if you're not doing something right. Literally just debate. Literally just debate. Literally just debate. I know for someone that pays bills and has a job and has a life and has things going on, that sounds mind-boggling, right? Because you have bills to worry about. Like, you probably got a car note coming up, rent, something, right? So you're not even thinking like, let me go troll somebody on the internet. Doesn't even cross your mind. Won't even take the time for it. Even if you could do it hands-free, even if you could tell Siri to do it, wouldn't do it. Morning, Mel. Good morning. Good morning. So, yeah, God bless him, though. G Breezy, thank you for the rose. For over a decade, no remains, no confirmed sightings, and no answers. His parents still insist that Stephen wasn't suicidal. Curated, thank you for those popular votes. That something happened to him in Henderson that afternoon. He didn't run away. And Teardrops, thank you for those popular votes. To this day, the last known footage of Stephen Kocher shows him walking into a quiet neighborhood and never coming out. Las Vegas is a city built on spectacle, but Stephen's story is one that locals still whisper about. A man who simply walked off the street and disappeared forever. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Did Stephen fall victim to foul play, or did something even darker happen in Sin City that day? Facts. It's people that matter, not races. We all bleed red, not different colors. Exactly. I just think it's just a senseless question to ask. Something darker, y'all think? There are many theories about this. Kidnapped to the underground tunnel. Ooh. Curated. There are underground tunnels in Vegas. I hear that they're trying to get the people from under the tunnels as of lately, though. They're trying to get people from under there. Tawani says people in Vegas be on big money. Yeah, that's very true, too. I've been to Vegas. Vegas got it going on, Jasmine says. T says scary. Just disappearing is so scary. Yeah, that's why I always recommend people, like, if you can, take a self-defense course or get a gun or something. At least get pepper spray. Have something. Christina, thank you for the finger heart. I appreciate you. My sister lived there and has some scary stories. Yeah, Vegas is a different place. I know a lot of people know it for the Strip, and even some people know it for downtown Las Vegas. But if you live here, you know. I mean, it's a major city. You know, it's a major city in America. International city. International flights coming in all day, all night long. So we have all types of people here. There's the Caterpillar. Wake up, Caterpillar. Get up. Thank you, Aveline. I got to see the whole thing that time. Look at that. How cool. So let's move on to the next case. I got a couple more for y'all, then I got to get to the gym, y'all. We're going to get this going. I probably don't even go to sleep tonight. I'll probably just roll right into work. Why not? I mean, come on. We can do it. We can do it. Get my videos done. Have everything done before I make it to work today would be astonishing. That would be amazing. They're saying what happens in Vegas stays there. Says it all. I know you were, Aveline. I appreciate you, love. Thank you. I think that's really cool. It's morning in NYC. Yes, indeed. It's morning in Las Vegas too, 4:30 to be exact. But I want to talk to y'all about the disappearance of Kanika Jenkins. We're familiar with this story, but if you're new here, hit that follow button. I usually talk about some pretty scary stuff, and right now we're going to talk about a story that shook Chicago, shook the internet. Everyone remembers this story in 2017, and it left people asking, how does a healthy 19-year-old girl just vanish inside a hotel? On September 9th, 2017, Kanika Jenkins attended a birthday party at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Rosemont, just outside Chicago. Friends said she was energetic, sisterly. Sage, thank you for joining the team. Number 97. I've never delved into her story, but I've heard a little, Curated says. But friends said she was, ooh, thank you for the swan, sisterly Sage. Wow. Wow. Y'all ever heard that meme? Wow. Sarah J, or is that Sarah? No, that's Sarah J. Sarah J. Thank you for the follow. Nashville, good morning. But friends said she was energetic, happy, and excited to celebrate. She left her hotel room briefly and never returned. Yeah, somebody put W sisterly in the chat real quick. Can someone type W sisterly in the chat? Can we just spam that real fast? That swan was beautiful. Oh my goodness. What do you call swan that are plural? Are they swin? Are they swans? What do you call them? Major W. Holy moly. But hours passed. Swans heard. Well, the swan goddess would know. So I'm going to defer on you. Or I'm going to defer to you on that, I should say, sisterly. But hours passed and friends called the front desk, the police, and family. Security cameras captured Kanika walking down hallways, talking to other guests, but then footage mysteriously stops. After several hours, a frantic search ensued, but there was no trace of her. Her family became desperate, posting pleas on social media, asking anyone who saw her to come forward. The next morning, hotel staff found Kanika's body inside a walk-in freezer in the kitchen. The circumstances were bizarre. She had somehow gotten inside the freezer alone. And if you work in a restaurant, it's not the easiest thing to do to lock yourself in one of those freezers. If you know, you know. Chessa, thank you for the follow. Authorities ruled it as an accident, claiming intoxication led to her death. That would be even harder to lock yourself in there if you were drunk. I can't even imagine. Chessa just became member number 99, y'all. We are one away from 100. Shout out to Chessa. Thank you and welcome to the squad. My bad. I was tickling my son when you said for us to type that. That's okay. Sometimes the son tickles do take precedence, so I understand. But friends and family were quick to point, oh my goodness, thank you for the share, Sisterly Lane. Thank you for the daily heart. Oh yeah, come on now. Yeah. I love to see it. But friends and family pointed out inconsistency. Security cameras were missing footage from key hallways. No one saw her enter the kitchen. She was wearing only her pajamas, not appropriate for a hotel kitchen. Witnesses claim hearing strange sounds in the freezer area the night before. Chester, thank you for the repost. Sisterly Sage, I really appreciate the shares. I seen a video where someone got pissed off that someone kept repeatedly sharing their videos. Someone at the hotel was behind that. Tuani, number 101. Who became member number 100? I didn't even see you. Sorry I missed you, but welcome to the tribe, both of y'all, Tuani and the mysterious member number 100. Show yourself. But Kanika's death sparked outrage and theories. How does she get inside a walk-in freezer without anyone noticing? That's the question that I have. Some say foul play was involved. Lane says I was number 100. Well, Lane, appreciate you and thank you for, man, clap it up for number 100. Pamela says good morning. Good morning, Pam. Acid Pink, thank you for the follow. So Kanika's death sparked outrage and theories. How does she get inside that walk-in freezer without anybody noticing? Some believe foul play was involved. Others whisper about something darker, forces being in the building or unseen predators. The case became a media frenzy, yet the official ruling remained accidental death. But Kanika's family never believed it. I don't think anybody on the planet believed that. Your voice and the music, the background is perfection. So you enjoy the castle, huh? I like it too. Thank you very much. Y'all make things what they are. And honestly, I'm unable to do what I do without you, sisterly. So let me just say that. It's impossible to be here without y'all. I want you to know that. I want y'all to understand how key y'all are to this. So as much as this is my live, quote unquote, my page, whatever, it's y'all's as well. And that's not lost on me. But to this day, conspiracy theories swirl online. Hotel guests still share eerie experiences. Many say the Crown Plaza has an unsettling energy. Cameras cutting out, unexplained noises, sudden cold spots. We know those sudden cold spots usually indicate paranormal activity. Kanika Jenkins's death is remembered not just as a tragedy, but as one of Chicago's most haunting, unsolved mysteries. A young woman disappearing into a hotel only to be found dead under circumstances that raise far more questions than answers ever did. Then you think about the Zach TV death tied to this whole Kanika Jenkins case as well. Marlo, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Let me wet my whistle real quick. We're going to move on to the next case. And then this is a super famous case. I mean, for those of us who was there at the time, I know I have some younger viewers that may not know or may be unfamiliar with this case, but this was the biggest case at the time. I'm looking at 3 guesses. Somebody take a guess at what case we're about to get into right now. 3 guesses. One of the biggest cases that I can remember in my lifetime. What's the case we're about to talk about right now? Somebody guess. I'm looking at 3 guesses. I'm not going to give you the year because you'll know. No years, none of that. It's one of the largest cases. Asha, no. OJ, no. I'm looking at one more guess. Bandit says, dang. Sorry. I'm looking at one more guess. I heard this story, but you telling it in this format is awesome. You need to be doing for our community. I appreciate you. And I definitely have plans for the community as well. Immaculate, thank you for the follow. Jasmine, you hit it on the damn head. Y'all, I want to talk to you about the death of JonBenet Ramsey. And if you're new here, hit the follow button. All we do is true crime, true paranormal, true urban legend. Anna Nicole and Whitney are 2 good stories, but not this time. I usually talk about some pretty scary stuff. But right now, I'm about to dive into a case that's haunted Colorado, really the world, since 1996. Luann, thank you for joining the team, Miss Luann. Number 102 is huge. Thank you. A 6-year-old girl, John Benet Ramsey, beauty pageant star, was found dead in her family's home under circumstances that continue, to baffle investigators. On December 26th, the day after Christmas, 1996, John Benet was reported missing by her mother, Patsy Ramsey, after allegedly discovering a ransom note demanding $118,000. The note was unusually long, it was typed out, and oddly specific. Police arrived and began a search, but the case would take a nightmarish turn. Travelholic, thank you for the daily heart. She traveled right on over to that great button and said, I appreciate you. Rio Vande or Rovandes, thank you for the follow. I know I butchered your name. I'm so sorry. Hours later, John Benet's body was found in the basement of the Ramsey home. Now, I'm glad to see you as well. It's good to see you. She had been strangled and suffered a severe head injury. The most disturbing detail was that her body was hidden beneath a blanket in the dark, cold basement. Mandy said those parents are guilty. Yeah, I believe so. The home showed no clear signs of forced entry. So how did the killer get in and out without leaving traces? Experts and profilers immediately pointed out both outsiders and those close to her, turning the family's life into the media spectacle and police puzzle that it eventually became to be, that we all know it as today. Because they never left inside the house. That's why Tier says, I'm erring toward that side of thinking as well. The ransom note became central to the mystery. Some believed it was genuine, pointing to an intruder. Others suspected it was staged, written by someone inside the home. The note referenced precise amounts of money, specific threats, and even time limits. Language critics called it sophisticated for a random intruder. Why take all that time? The Ramsey home became a scene frozen in fear. Fingerprints inconclusive, footprints unclear, and every theory seemed to hit a dead end. Okay, so real quick, I want y'all to close your eyes. Grizzly Serena. I'm gonna call you Serena. I'm not gonna call you Grizzly. You might be Grizzly though, but Serena, thank you for the follow. They believe that someone killed this poor baby. Now they think it was the person who was dressed. So think about this. Think about all this happening in your home, right? And then you have to live there after there, right? So imagine what the energy, even whether they did it or not, irrespective to if the parents were in on it or not. Just think about living in that house after that report breaks and all this is going on, and your house is at the center of this. That tension, that anxiety, that just overall despair has to, oh my goodness. I bet it felt like 1,000 tons all day, every day. You probably couldn't even drink a glass of water in that house without feeling sick. G Breezy, I believe there is a documentary. I'm pretty sure there's documentaries about this case. This is one of the most widely known and talked about cases ever. I'm telling you, driving past that house was so creepy. Yeah, see, I can't even imagine that. With that type of trauma going on, even if they did it, and even if they're the ones that hid the body, and even if they were the ones that were in on it 100%, I don't understand how you could reconcile that. Me personally, I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I don't know. But I'm denser. Please call Utao. I'm not sure. Ali, thank you for the follow. Luann, thank you for the popular votes. What about the director of Eyes Wide Shut mysteriously passing after turning in the final? Yeah, that's another one. Stanley Kubrick. The case exploded. This case exploded nationally. Books, documentaries, and endless TV specials dissected every detail. The family dynamics, the pageant world, the peculiar ransom note. Detectives debated internally, could someone so young have been targeted by an unknown predator? Okay, please call me. Call you? I don't have your number, Ali. I've never met you before, love. Or was there something darker lurking inside the house, inside the home itself, inside the house itself, right? Despite decades of investigation, JonBenét's murder remains unsolved. Laura says a bizarre case. Yeah, absolutely. To say the least, anyway, right? Spawning conspiracy theories and chilling speculation about what actually happened that night. We still don't know. We still don't know. Amber, thank you for the follow. We still don't know. The murder of JonBenet Ramsey remains. Ooh, Amber just became member number 105. 105. Appreciate you, Amber. Thank you for joining the tribe. Welcome, Laura Baldwin. The Laura Baldwin. Thank you for the follow. We got the Laura Baldwin following us now, y'all. What a glorious day. Tynia. Oi. We got Tynia and oh my goodness. At the same damn time. Thank you for the follow, ladies. Hold on. Clap it up. Joyous occasions. Tuani, yes, indeed. You would think it had to be someone close to her. She had to have been comfortable with them. Yeah. Well, she's 6, though. I mean, it's not that hard to snatch up a 6-year-old, you know, if you have access to them. Love true crime and spooky. You're in the right place, Amber. Tina, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. But the murder of JonBenet Ramsey remains one of the most infamous unsolved murders in U.S. history. This case is studied in criminal profiling, forensics classes, and true crime circles worldwide, not too much unlike the one we're in right now. Her family endured years of suspicion, media scrutiny, and grief. And the haunting questions remain. Was it an outsider or was it someone inside the home? And why was such a young life stolen in a way that still terrifies people decades later? Why? Why is what we're asking. Oh. Y'all got time for one more? We got time for one more? Anybody? Put a one in the chat if you got time for one more. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then I also want to say real quick before we get into the story, I'll be back in another couple of hours for the Good Moaning stream, the Good Moaning live, where we just chill, have our coffee together. Well, I don't drink coffee. This is my coffee right here. Likely will be the same coffee, probably a little bit lower though. But we're gonna be back in a couple of hours for the Good Moaning stream. We just catch up, we just vibe. Rat's ass, thank you for joining the team. Manny's already drinking coffee. I know some of y'all like to drink multiple cups per day. G Breezy says, I feel so lucky that I found you. No, G Breezy, let me tell you, I'm lucky that you're here. Trust me. El Marie, thank you for the follow. But yeah, so make sure if you're still up, come back and join us for the Good Morning stream. We just talk about life, random stuff, no scary stories. CC, thank you for the follow. Laura says she only needs 2 cups. And then we'll do another scary stories. We do good morning, and if I'm not working, we'll do a lunch stream. Then we do the true crime live, and then we do true crime after dark. This is what we do. This is what we do. Tuani's drinking that mushroom coffee. Nice. I am blessed that you love your job because I love listening to you. All your scare. Thank you very much. That means a lot coming from you, Pamela. Thank you. So y'all, let's get into it. I want to talk to you about the murder of Denise D. Miller. And if you're new here, I usually talk about some pretty scary stuff. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that follow button before we get out of here this morning. You don't want to miss what I got coming up next, I promise you. But in 1992, Las Cruces, New Mexico, a city of quiet streets, desert nights, and hidden shadows, witnessed a crime that still chills the locals. Denise D. Miller, a 27-year-old bartender and part-time student, disappeared after leaving work one evening. Friends reported she was walking home under the dim streetlights near the outskirts of town. Serena says, just found my favorite live stream. Can we play a song for that real quick? Look, listen. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, baby. This is the live stream breaking news, damn it. If you want it, come and get it. Shout out to Grizzly, Serena. I appreciate that compliment. Y'all have no idea. Y'all be putting batteries in my back. That's why I be getting on this live stream so damn much. I know most of the time when you see people going live a lot, they just sit there like this. Make sure you send a gift. Tap the screen. Someone send a galaxy. Gift. Battle. I'm sexy. I'm cute. I'm just going to look at the camera and do this. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Jill, thank you for the follow. Oh, Jill, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Jeff, thank you for the follow. Wow, thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Wow. You know, I'm going to show up and I'm going to give you something every time you see me, okay? I'm going to show you, I'm going to show up and I'm going to give you something every time you see me. Mandy, because you know it's true. I guarantee you right now, if we went as a class on a class field trip to not anybody's live stream, but to 99.9% of live streams, that's what they're going to look like. Especially females. Y'all know I love true crime baddies, but attractive women, y'all are the worst. Y'all are the worst. Y'all are the worst. I have to admit that. Laura says you have a chill vibe, great voice, and you're easy on the eyes too. Laura, stop it. No, Laura, tell me more about my eyes, Laura. Tell me more about my eyes. Aveline, it would be an honor to come join one of your streams one time. I would be so nervous to be in your stream, though. Absolute wreck. I would be a wreck to be in your stream, but I would love to do it. Eyes is lovely at the summer skies. Amber, you better tell him. Amber, you better tell him. Eyes is wee. I felt the tingle in my britches. I've never felt that before. Amber. I'm all giddy now. I'm so happy you were alive when I woke up this morning. This made my Saturday. Well, you made my Saturday, okay? It got spicy in here for a second, but I like spice. Dude, that would be tight. You can come to one of mine and we could talk about your live. I don't want to talk about me. That's boring. Nobody wants to talk about me. I don't talk about you. Talk about you, not me. Wait, where am I at? Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Her body, tear. Her body was found in a remote desert area, partially concealed under tumbleweeds and sand. I know somebody's looking at the stream right now like this is too damn early for him to be acting like this. But you know what? I'm enjoying and I'm grateful in the place that I'm at. Emily, thank you for the follow. Lucy Stash, thank you for that daily heart. Serena says I'm boring. I highly doubt that. If you're brave enough to stream, you can't be boring. Sorry, it doesn't go together. Not for me. I enjoy it anytime I can catch you. Thank you, love. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure having you in here as well. But the cause of death was blunt force trauma, and what made the case truly eerie were the strange signs at the scene. Every time I used to go live, all they want to do is hear my accent. Well, now, Tier, you know what? Now, when we're done, I'm going to bring you up, and now we want to hear your accent. Now we got to hear that Queen's accent now. I'm just kidding, love. You don't have to. Becky, thank you for the share. But investigators noted unusual markings around her body, patterns that didn't match typical animal or environmental disturbances. Nearby, half buried items that didn't belong to Dee were discovered, including a cracked watch, a single bolt, or excuse me, a single boot, and an unidentifiable note partially burnt. Adrena, thank you for the repost. Lucy says I missed the beginning. You didn't miss that much at the beginning of this one. The beginning of the stream, yes. But that's okay, because I'm gonna be here 3 more times today. Don't worry about it. Trust me, I'll be back in a couple of hours as well. I'm just a Southern girl. That's my accent. You know what I just discovered recently? Mandy, thank you for the roses. That there are parts of the world that think American is an accent. Imagine thinking that I had an accent. That's crazy. Crazy work, but the community was terrified. No clear motive, no obvious suspects. Mandy, thank you for the roses, love. Star, thank you for the daily heart. Yeah, Aveline said the UK does. Star, thank you for the lightning bolts. Rumors swirled. Some locals whispered about a possible wandering psychopath preying on young women in the desert. Others suggested ties to gang activity, but no evidence ever surfaced. Amber, thank you for those roses, love. What made the residents even more uneasy was the desert itself. Mimi, thank you for the follow. Aveline, thank you for the love you so much. Appreciate you. Wait. Oh, what made the residents even more uneasy was the desert itself. Long stretches of empty sand and scrub where travelers could disappear without a trace, essentially. The landscape seemed to swallow secrets whole, and Dee Miller's death became one of Las Cruces' most haunting mysteries. Keisha G, come on now with the finger hearts. They booted me out and brought me back into your room. What are they? I don't know what's going on. TikTok be on its own. TikTok be on its own like vibe a lot of times. You gotta understand, like, okay, I'll give you an example. So TikTok's been telling me, well, let me give you an example after the story. Let me finish the script and then I'll tell you. Because I'm almost done. The police launched extensive investigations, interviewing hundreds of potential witnesses. Tuwani, thank you for the heart puffs. Theories range from a random attack to someone Dee knew personally, yet despite searches, forensic analysis, and public tips, the case went cold. Some amateur sleuths and local paranormal enthusiasts claim the desert itself seemed to hold residual energy from violent acts. Others said locals reported hearing screams on windless nights, always near the area where Dee was found. The murder of Denise Miller remains officially unsolved, leaving Las Cruces residents with an unnerving question. Who? Teardrops with the super popular. I appreciate you, love. Vicky Hall, thank you for the popular vote. But who could commit such a violence or a violent crime in a small, close-knit city and leave no trace? Vonda, good morning. Adrena, thank you for that popular vote. Her friends and family still hold vigils. AC, thank you for that bad boy tater. G Breeze says, I believe in the residual energy theory. Well, I believe that energy cannot be dissipated. It can only be transformed. I don't think you can get rid of energy. Her friends and family, though, still hold vigils, leaving flowers and candles near the site, hoping for closure. And for locals who traverse the desert at night, the story of Dee Miller serves as a warning. Sometimes the quietest towns hold the darkest secrets. Have you heard of any cases where psychic mediums have helped with the cases and solved them? I think maybe one. I've definitely heard of cases where they had like ghosts present evidence posthumously. I work in a hospital, so the energy never really leaves. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. We really need to share my friend's story. Have you sent it to me already or no? And real quick, y'all, hold on. Real quick. This is what I was going to say about the TikTok thing. So TikTok has been begging me to like make a video about going live, like share about your live experience. Savage Queen, thank you for the follow. You can earn for this many clicks or whatever. You know, share your live experience. So I finally do it, right? And guess what TikTok does? And I'm not talking about anything but going live on this video. TikTok tells me that my video has nothing to do with going live.
Congratulations, well done.
So I said all that to say that TikTok just does whatever the hell they want to do whenever the hell they want to do it. Whenever they want to do it. It doesn't matter if you follow the guideline. They don't got to prove nothing to you. They don't have to do nothing. Just know that. Okay? So when TikTok kicks you out the live, it's never me. When TikTok deletes your comments, it's never me. Just know that. I don't do that stuff. I don't try to censor a damn thing. But TikTok don't play, unfortunately. All right, y'all. It's 5 o'clock now. You know what I got to do. I got to go lift some weights. Get started for the day. But I want to say thank you. Shout out to y'all. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Our True Crime After Dark tonight was cracking. Whoa. So are y'all going to be here with me every night from now on? Is that what we're doing? I'm excited. Are y'all going to be here with me tomorrow? Well, it's 8 for Cherie right now. She been up. She at work right now. But are y'all going to come back and kick it with me again? I'm going to tell you the times that we're usually here. 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 7:30 p.m., and 2 a.m. Those are usually the times. Now, if I have to work, things change, obviously. But it's okay, Eliza. Make sure you're following me. Because I'm going to be back in a couple of hours. I won't be gone very long. I just got to go hit the gym, get some breakfast, and then I'll probably jump back on. We might have breakfast together. Adrena says, you sleep? A little bit. I sleep a little bit. Please come back, Eliza. Please come back. We had such a good time. Shout out to my True Crime After Darkers. Y'all are the real freaks. Look, have a good start to the day, y'all. If it's still morning for you, have a good start to the morning. Jess, thank you for the follow. I will see y'all in a couple of hours for our good moaning stream. Man, I can't wait. Amanda just became member number 108. Are you kidding me? We going all the way up, y'all. I will see you in a little bit. God bless. Stay spooky. I can't wait for it. Love you. True Crime Baddies. I love you more. Fellas, my dogs. Eliza, number 109 on the way out. Come on, that's a buzzer beater. I'll see y'all soon. Thank you, everybody.